So I've seen that vlogging with no real editing, no real like high-end production has been like a very big thing into 2023 in the content world. So I figured why not try to vlog a little bit in 2024. Most of my life is sitting at my desk, so this is going to be kind of a challenge to make it interesting, but I think as we move into the new year and the new era of the creator economy, creator starting businesses, and like being on the side of operating creator businesses, which is basically what I do for Adam. I think it may be kind of interesting to get a perspective for people on what happens in the world around the creator, right? Because the creator can't make everything happen themselves. So the infrastructure around them will be built out more in 2024. So I think that kind of this vlog, like my thoughts on it, like a little bit of like a weekly kind of cadence to it, or maybe like a daily and just super, super raw. Like I think it could be interesting for some people, but yeah, let's try it. I think one of the things that this will also help is just tell people what I actually do, because my job and what I do with Adam and his brand encompasses so many different things, from the content to the partnerships to business development to working with the Mercury team and his podcast. So I think it'll be cool to give a different perspective of what I actually do. And when I try to tell people what I do, maybe send them to a video, or this will help me get a better definition for it in the day to day, even though no days really look the same. But I think this could be interesting to try. So something that we've noticed that's really been working on Adam's Instagram is swipe graphics. Maybe I'll pop one up here, maybe not. It's just like a image and then swipes to a video. And right now I just put one in for a video we're doing about USC and what their quarterback situation is. So I just sent that into our graphic designer, who will essentially send it back to me. We'll do revisions, and then it'll be sent to Adam from there. This is the final product that is going to go out on Adam's Instagram later. When you have a podcast and you have micro content from it, so like short form videos, you could also chop up these mid form clips, is what we call them, where it's like anywhere from 2 minutes to like 10-ish minutes, and then post that everywhere. Usually they're big hits on like LinkedIn and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But there's a key in there you could post up to, I believe it's 10 minutes on TikTok. And that's a super underrated way to get views that you can, Adam just texted me. That's a super underrated way to get more views on your account, because you're testing something. So for example, this Jack Mac, Adam did a podcast with Jack Mac, right? So we have these mid-form clips, and right here, as you can see, it has 38,000 views. And if we would have never tested what the mid-form content looks like back when Adam was doing Dan Lanning interviews and we just decided to throw it out there, we would have been 38,000 less views per week per month. So keeping that testing in mind when you're posting and distributing content is a big thing that I think all brands and creators could do. I just got off the phone with Thomas, Adam's editor, and I think one of the things that we always do a good job of is testing content, which I'm actually writing a newsletter about currently, is always testing content. And he just came up with a great idea about like a cartoon animation for a clip that he wants to do. If he's gonna be able to pull it off by the time we get the clip out, don't know. It goes back to a principle we always talk about, where we're always trying to test content. And I thought that he had a super great idea. So like, hopefully we could make something cool out of it, even if it's not today, but maybe it's in 2 weeks from now when there's another video that's similar to it. So always being open to ideas from your team is a great thing, and the team that you work with, because you never want to turn people's ideas down from testing things, because you don't know if they're truly going to work or not. Something that I give Adam a lot of credit for, and the Mercury team in general, is when there's big news that drops in college football, usually with people that Adam has interviewed in the past. For example, I'm looking at one right now when Manny Diaz got announced as the new coach at Duke, reworking those videos into making them for the moment. So we'll have Adam record like a 10 to 15, 20-second video introing what the video is going to be about. And then we flash back to that interview, because it still brings value to that interview, because Adam has the one-on-one interview. But then it's a way for us to show that Mercury and Adam, we have access to these top programs and can use it in more than just one way whenever the podcast initially drops.